And he said, "Is it me, Lord? Is it me?"
That's brilliant. Now, Bill, Simone, I wish I didn't have to ask you this. There's been a lot of talk in the press about your marriage, which, as we know, is very much to each other.
Very much.
As I say, there's been talk, and I have to ask you this, but how do you feel about that?
No, Martin, please, I'm not afraid to address what the press have been saying.
Of course not, Bill. You're afraid of nothing.
Well, I'd be happy to discuss freely and openly these allegations.
I know, but you mustn't. Don't make me. Don't make me ask you.
No, it's fine. Let's talk about it.
You're so brave. All right, then. Well, there's been this talk in the press. Now, tell me if I'm being impertinent. Please, tell me I'm being impertinent. Speak to me firmly like you do in that way you have. Ask me to leave, politely but forcefully. Tell me I'll never eat lunch in this town again. This town, your town, Tinseltown. And it is your town, isn't it, Bill? Yours and Al's and Jeff's. Can I stay with you? Have you got a guest room? Have you got a guest room? Of course you've got a guest room. But it's probably all full up with Anthony Hopkins and Liza Minnelli.
Well, we did have Steven over last week.
Steven Spielberg.
Sure, Steven came
Fucking
through.
hell. Did he sit on this chair? Did he swim in your pool? In his trunks? Just Steven Spielberg in just his trunks in your pool? Here in Hollywood with you? Am I really here? Pinch me. Go on, pinch my knee.
Get out of here.
Do you mean that? Do you want me to leave?
Yeah, how do you say piss off?
Oh, that's great. Say that again. Bill Masters told me to piss off. I must be in your mind. Will you think of me?
Oh, yeah.
Will you think of it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do you have parties?
Yeah.
And barbecues?
Yeah.
Do famous people come and chat?
Yeah.
Do you have friends who aren't famous other than me?
Yeah.
Are you gay?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Cut
no.
it there. But never mind that. Well, let's talk about your early films, because you used to be brilliant. That wonderful dance number in Take Me or Leave Me, that was all one take, wasn't it?
Well, it was one take, but it wasn't the first one.
Oh. But anyway, it was all directors in golf trousers with megaphones and outdoor sets that don't look real because they're made of dance floor, and then a bit of lame dialogue, and the music starts, and you think you're just going to shrivel up with embarrassment, but you don't, and it's all right in a minute because it's sort of got going. Even though nowadays it all looks a bit naive and rubbish.
From what you say, I'm not sure whether you like my movies or not.
Oh, no, Bob, shit, I think they were great. You've got to think they're great, haven't you? I can't think of any other reason why everyone does. It's like Singing in the Rain. You don't say, what was all that psychedelic bollocks at the end? You say, no, it's a classic, leave it alone.
Oh, well, it wasn't all musicals, of course. I did a wonderful Western with my
hell,
friend.
yes, I've been talking 10 to the dozen, haven't I? You probably can't get a word in edgeways, can you, Bob? Oops, stum, you tell your marvellous anecdote about the Western.
Well, I wouldn't call it an anecdote.
Oh, well,
exactly.
never mind. No, I used to love those Westerns. Were they boring to film? Because they seemed to go on forever.
Well, no.
They were incredibly long. They don't make them like that anymore. How old are you, Bob?
I'm 78 years young.
Young? Is that a joke? So what do you think about all the young whippersnappers? You know, Tommy Cruise, young Harrison E. Ford, little Melly Gibson. I've known him since he was so high. Well, he still is. Smelly Gibson, they used to call him. Probably, I don't know, I'm just bullshitting. But you know, those guys, little Shawnee Connery.
Sean's no spring chicken.
Don't say that, he'll sue. Our channel called him a nationalist woman-slapping tax exile, and we haven't been in the black since. But be honest with me, though, Bob. Do you ever want to take anyone like Nicolas Cage or Johnny Depp and just disfigure the little million-earning shit?
Of course not.
Well, I wouldn't blame you, Bob. I mean, what do they know about making movies about this town, Tinseltown, your town? When have they ever played tennis with the B. Mayers or jacked up on morphine with F. Scott Fitzgerald?
I was never really in with that crowd.
Oh. Have you ever seen Errol Flynn's Member?
No.
Never mind. That is brilliant! How'd you make your face do that, Jerry?
I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of weird.
You're weird in a brilliant way that everyone loves. How does that feel?
I don't know, I guess it's a kind of strange question.
I'll put it in a different way. Who do you get to shag because you're so funny? Is it Julia Roberts?
I'm sorry, shag? I don't understand.
You know, a shag, a bonk, a good seeing to.
This is late night, right?
Yes, Jerry.
So you mean fuck?
You said fuck.
I'm sorry.
No, that's brilliant. I like a good bit of earthy swearing, like on Larry Sanders. I mean, everyone knows you all swear in real life. It's all sex and cocaine and saying shit, isn't it? Are these Meg Ryan's pants or Bette Midler's? What's Diane Keaton doing in the piano? Is that what it's really like when you have a really big do?
I guess sometimes things get kind of crazy.
Yes, mental illness. Doris Day went a bit odd, I heard. And the woman who played Lois in the Superman films, they say she looks through bins.
Yeah,
But she's better off than Christopher Reeve, though, isn't she? I mean, seriously, though, does he get bullied now?
I don't know. I never met the guy.
No, of course. Now, there is something that I've got to ask you, and I hate doing it. Do us another face to cheer me up. Oh, you're a tonic. Now, as I say, it's a bit of a tricky one, but... OK. Did your face break during your last film? There, I've said it.
What?
Did it break? Did a bit of it fall off on set while you were straining to be funny? Because it's what everyone's saying, that half your jaw ended up in Cameron Diaz's lap. Months of surgery, titanium implants. They had to finish the film with computers. Is it all true? Is none of it true?
Some of it's true.
Oh, that's so sophisticated.
I have recently undergone some cosmetic surgery just to...
That's fantastic, because you're all at it, aren't you? You and Barbara Streisand and Demi Moore and Jack Palance. A tuck here, a lift there, hold the dream. You're like a funny picture of Dorian Gray. What's in your upstairs room, a watercolour of Les Dennis?
Who's Les Dennis?
Exactly. Do us another face. Oh, actually, you've gobbed on me.
And then there was Kevin Costner in the bathroom.
Really? Oh, heady days. Because you started acting early on, didn't you? You were a prodigy.
Well, of course, my mother was an actress.
Of course, she had her ups and downs as well, didn't she?
Well, I think everybody knows that my mom fought a long dependency against alcohol, but she tragically finally lost when I was 9.
And you very much picked up the baton from her, didn't you, Tash?
Well, that's...
Let's talk about your early childhood. Your father was a big producer. Your mother, as you said, with such dignity, was an alkie. In fact, she drank so much she must have been born pissed.
Well, they did say that when my mom used to feed me, she didn't know which bottle to pick up.
Oh, were you bottle-fed? Yes, that was probably safer. She must have had tits like optics. But it's great that you can laugh about it now, though. Now, your first big film break came at the grand old age of 5. 5, honestly. And it was a huge hit, as we know. What was that like? Was it exciting, or did you go a bit mental? Or perhaps a combination of the two?
Well, I think that it was a lot for a 5-year-old to take in.
And you did take in a lot, didn't you, Tash? You first checked into a clinic at the age of 7. Now, I've been doing a bit of maths, so you're an alcoholic at 7. So you must have been a heavy drinker when you were 6. So even when you were 5, you must have been on for a pint. I mean, how does that work? How did you get served?
Sorry, is this interview just
Oh,
gonna
Christ,
be...
I've gone too far, haven't I? Oh, shit, you're offended. Oh, I've blown it.
No, it's okay. It's just that, I'm not proud of who I was then. What with the booze and the drugs.
Oh, yes, the drugs. Drugs, they're worse, if anything, aren't they? But there must be an upside, surely, otherwise you wouldn't do it, would you? I mean, there were all this booze and drugs and parties and films and stars and sex, presumably, because you're quite a looker even now. There you were, kicking your shoes off on a bar table, and the men were forming an orderly queue.
How dare you?
Oh, God, I've really done it this time, haven't I? Oh, I see what you've read into it now. Please don't go, Tash. I need this interview. Kevin Spacey chased me off with a hose. Thanks, Tash. Thanks for calming down. You're such a professional. No, all I was getting at is that it must have been a very wild time. What was the wildest thing you did? Was it that thing with Telly Savalas and a Twix?
No, but there again, this film isn't about swimming pools or cocktail parties. It's about ordinary life with all of its joy and pain. And where I've succeeded, I think, is due to my wonderful cast, Jim Broadbent, Joan Plowright...
Didn't Ted Danson do a marvellous cameo?
No, but the performances of the whole
Oh, well.
cast...
So, Ron, what brings you to Tinseltown? A wish upon a star?
well...
That'll make your dreams come true?
No, I came for the Oscars because, as you may know, we picked up a couple of nominations. One for Best Supporting Actress, one for Best Screenplay.
You didn't win, though, did you?
No, we didn't.
No,
but...
they went respectively to Cher and an American film about guns and hate.
Yes.
Do you know Michael Keaton put on £20 to play that part? What a pro. So, how are you liking the City of Angels?
Well, I'm enjoying the sun, but I'm finding the whole Hollywood thing a bit superficial, I
What's
suppose.
the matter? You've got a pool?
Yeah, I know, but...
I don't suppose you've got a pool at home in Daventry where you grew up and still live, for God's sake. Bit low budget round there, like your films.
Yeah, but you see, that's the
Listen,
whole point.
mate, Judy Garland used to drink so much vodka that she'd do a shit on stage and still get a standing ovation. Now, if that isn't joys and pain, then Steven Spielberg hasn't got more screenwriters than you've got whippets.
What do you mean? I haven't even got any
Let's
whippets.
talk about your filmmaking process. Do you have a script, or do you just make up some bollocks as you go along?
Well, we use improvisation.
Christ! Do you know how many rewrites Lost in Space got? 60! And the metal spiders only came in the last 2. Now that's corporate genius, and it was still shit. Match that, you little bastard.
I'm sorry.
How many horses died making your film? It was none, wasn't it, Ron? It was none. Who are you meeting for brunch, Ron? Aaron Spelling and Sean Connery? Sybil Shepherd and William H. Macy at the H. Macy Ranch? I don't think so. It's more likely to be Alan Bennett and Nigel Hawthorne, for God's sake.
What have you got against Alan and Nigel?
Just one final question, Ron. It's a bit of a touchy area, I'm afraid.
No, it's all right. Go ahead.
Have you been invited to Jeff Goldblum's party tonight?
No.
Neither have I.
All I ever wanted, Papa, was for you to be proud of me. I don't care nothing about what they said about Mama.
Come here, son. You know I'll always be here to take care of you.
Christ, that was good, wasn't it, though? That was a clip from Rod Beidecker's Oscar-winning portrayal of the mentally retarded character Sonny from the film Strength Through Joy. Wasn't that bit moving? The father still loves him, even though... well, you know. Now, you won't believe this, but I'm actually joined here in Tinseltown by the star of the film, Rod Beidecker himself. And he's agreed to answer a few questions about how he gets to be such a clever actor and give such a marvellous portrayal. Rod, hi. Now, what sort of research did you do among mentally challenged people in order to give such a movingly convincing performance?
I did extensive research at the local hospital.
Oh, God. How did you get into the physical... Was it difficult to understand the day-to-day... What about... Thanks very much.